Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, and everything else right in between. Let's talk about the holidays here in Walt Disney World. Today we are breaking down everything that Disney World offers around the holidays at the theme parks, the resorts, and Disney Springs. And if you're going to be traveling for the holidays, this is the one video you need to watch. So first things first, we're gonna break it up between parties, resorts, and then just the regular theme park offerings. But first, of course, we're gonna start with parties. Who doesn't want to start with a party? I'll stop dancing, I promise. So we're gonna start with what is up first. The first party of the year you are going to find is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. This is over in Magic Kingdom. It is one of my favorite events of the year. So this is a special ticketed event, which essentially means that you cannot just have a regular park ticket. No, you have to buy a very special Not So Scary ticket. Now this is an after park hours event, so 7 p.m. to midnight, you're allowed to party to your heart's desire in Magic Kingdom now that you've bought that ticket. Now it's not every single night, so if you are going to be traveling, you need to be checking out what nights it's happening, but it starts on August 9th, 2024 and is going to be running until Halloween, October 31st, 2024. The party includes things like trick-or-treating, special characters, a really incredible Hocus Pocus stage show, a very cool parade, lots and lots of fun. If you are not buying a ticket to Mickey's Not So Scary, don't worry, you can still see the Halloween decor. This is a special ticketed event, which means they don't sell a ton of tickets compared to a normal park day, so the crowds actually stay pretty low, all things considered. Now, because of that, because of the limited ticket sales, they actually do sell out pretty quickly, so if this is something you're wanting, you probably want to go ahead and go to Disney's website right now and start looking at those tickets and figuring out when you're going to be here within those dates. One really cool thing is, in addition to all the fun party stuff, they actually do have select rides open as well. They have a full list, and it's really exciting because there's rides that are our favorites and we absolutely love with little to no wait time, which is very rare for Disney World. This year it is particularly exciting because two of the rides available are Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Tron Light Cycle Run, both of which are super popular and you cannot just get in line for, but at the party in the evening, there will be a traditional standby queue, which is the first time that will be offered for either of these rides, which is very exciting, especially if you struggle with the virtual queue and G+ and all that. This is gonna be the easiest way to get on those rides. Adults can wear costumes. Okay, just in case you couldn't hear me, adults can wear costumes. They can't typically do that in Disney World. Adults, pretty much anyone 12 or older, cannot wear costumes, especially no masks. And this is one of the only times the entire year that you can join in on the fun and get dressed up and have a really nice time. So I think that's one of the reasons I really love it, and it's very exciting. This is a little big. Now we are here for the planning side of things to really understand what all you can find. But if you're planning on heading to the party, you can actually start getting in the park at 4 p.m., which means technically your ticket is good from 4 until midnight. Now the party does not start until 7, but we highly encourage going early and making every single moment of that ticket worth it. Another thing is you actually do have to wear a special wristband when you are in the party, so that way they know if you're allowed to be there or not, and lines for those wristbands and for security can get pretty long. So we typically advise arriving really early, so that way you can get in right at 4. Now, two of the most exciting things you're gonna find during this particular party is Mickey's Boo to You parade and Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular Fireworks. Both of these are party exclusives. You cannot see them any other time in Disney World except on actual Halloween day. You can catch that Boo to You parade, but that is it. Now, ticket prices for this one are not super cheap. It's anywhere from $119 to $199 for the adults, depending on the night that you're going. Kids, now, they are not as expensive, but they're still pretty pricey. All of that, kids are gonna get about a $10 discount. And then if you are an annual pass holder or a Disney Vacation Club member, you're also gonna get about a $10 discount. Nothing huge, but better than nothing. All right, now the next party we are gonna talk about is Jollywood Nights. It's over in Hollywood Studios. It's very jolly, and honestly, I'm excited they brought it back, but I'm also very surprised that they brought it back. Now this one's gonna run from November 9th until December 21st. Disney basically says this is where Hollywood glamour meets Christmas cheer. And I think that that's pretty accurate. This is a 5-hour party. It goes from 7:30 to 12:30 in the morning. And again, it's very similar to Not So Scary that we just talked about. Very limited tickets, so the crowds are not too big, and there are select rides open all throughout the night. Now, you do not get as much extra time in Hollywood Studios as you do over in Magic Kingdom. You can get into this party about an hour and a half early, starting at 6, but the same recommendation kind of stays. The wristband lines are pretty long, security can get pretty long, so maybe hop over around 5. Jollywood Nights had a pretty rough start last year. There were lots of kinks, lots of things to figure out, so this year they are going to have some new and returning offerings, more than 20 unique character experiences, which I'm very excited about. I know a lot of people really loved the fun characters you could meet last year. That was one of the most exciting things for a lot of people. You can also find really fun photo ops that you can only get at the parties. You also can get a Wonder Maid sweet treat, is what Disney says. It's your party gift that's included, and you get it as you're leaving the party. Last year, we got coasters on the first night, so I personally would prefer a sweet treat. They are bringing back Disney Holidays in Hollywood. It's over in Theater of the Stars. Last year, this was one of the most exciting events for me and for a lot of you guys. It was hosted by Kermit and Miss Piggy. People were going crazy. I really hope they come back, but we're not 100% sure just yet. They're also bringing back What Is This? The Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along. Quincy really loved it, so I'm excited that they're bringing this one back. They're also bringing back Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. This is essentially a projection show that happens on the Chinese Theater. They used to play it pre-Jollywood Nights for free if you were already in the park. Now you have to be at the party to see it. Still, it's included in the offerings. Another returning favorite is the Hollywood Fiesta. At this party, you're gonna be able to see Jose and Panchito from the Three Caballeros, some of our favorite boys, and I'm excited to see them out running around in the parks. They are also bringing back the Twilight Soiree at the Tip Top Club, which was over at the Tower of Terror. Now, this one had a really cool live jazz performer, interesting drinks. I'm eager to see if they make any changes to this year because it was packed last year. They are also bringing back Jazzy Holidays at the Hollywood Brown Derby. It took a big chunk out of the party for me because it is like having sit-down dining, and if this is something you want, this was also hugely popular, so highly recommend trying to grab a reservation. Tickets are anywhere from $159 to $179, and then same as Not So Scary, for kiddos it's about $10 off, and for annual pass holders and DVC members it's also going to be about $10 off. Just like all the other parties, and we'll talk about it a little bit, there's always going to be specialty foods, which is my favorite thing of any Disney offering, is all the specialty snacks and things. We don't know exactly what they are just yet. The foodie guide will be released hopefully a little bit sooner rather than later, just so we can start getting excited. It improved throughout as the party continued last year. A lot of people had good things to say about it after that first night, so we'll see what happens there. But we have one more party to talk about. We are hopping back over to Magic Kingdom to talk about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and the way it works is very similar to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The only major difference is just the themes. It's what you're gonna be getting when you pay for that ticket. Now, this party is going to be running from November 8th to December 20th, 2024. It's the same times as Not So Scary. It is from 7 p.m. to midnight, but of course you can get in at 4, and you're gonna go early so that way you can get your wristband and lines. You already know this part. Happens the same way as the other two parties we've discussed. It is not every single night. So if you know that you are interested in that and you kind of want to plan your trip around it, go check out those specific dates up on the Disney website right now. It is not every night. A lot of people think it is, and it isn't. And that's gonna hurt if you go to buy a full day Magic Kingdom ticket and you realize that you're being kicked out at 7. Just double check your dates. Of course, the rides are going to be open, tons of fun over there. We don't have that full list just yet, still a little bit early for that, but we can assume it will be very similar to the list that we get for Not So Scary. You can also see Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks show. It is very sweet. All of the Fab Five are involved with cool projections on the castle. Highly recommend seeing that one. There's also Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Parade. All of the characters gather, they celebrate, they're giving a Yuletide nod to the season. It is lots of fun, it's very special, and you get to see a lot of characters that maybe you won't see just every day. Mickey and his pals will be in their Christmas best, so if you want to go meet them and have those perfectly Christmas photos for next year's Christmas card, you can also do that at this party. Plus, Club Tinsel is coming back if you're looking to dance and have a good time. A Totally Tomorrowland Christmas is going to be there. We're going to be fist pumping and jumping all night. It's going to be tons of fun. And the Disney Junior Jingle Jam is coming back. My favorite thing about this, though, is it snows on Main Street during this party. It is so special, it's so sweet, and I think you need to see it at least once while you're there during the party. It runs periodically all throughout the night. These tickets are a little bit more expensive than Not So Scary. It's going to be about $169 all the way up to $219 per person. Same as the other two parties, you can get a $10 discount if you're a kid, annual pass holder, or a DVC member. Tons of treats, tons of drinks, and then of course for every single one of these parties that we've already talked about, special merchandise. Who doesn't want to shop? I know I love to get merchandise from every single party and park and everywhere I've ever been to in my life. Now for Very Merry, select sit-down restaurants are going to be open throughout the night at Magic Kingdom. We don't always recommend doing that. You do not have a ton of time during these parties. There is so much to see and do, and we think that a sit-down dinner is not always the best use. For us, we like to recommend grabbing those specialty treats, the different snacks, different drinks, all of that kind of goes into the theme and doesn't take as much time as a sit-down, we think is much better use of your time and your money. All three of these parties are about prioritizing people. There's a lot to do, a lot to see, and if you know that you don't care about characters and you care about rides, go get on the rides. There is not pressure to do every single thing, but there is a little bit of pressure to kind of decide before you're standing in Magic Kingdom what you care about. So if I've listed anything that you're like, that sounds boring, I don't need to do that, skip it. Nobody cares. It's your money. Do what you want. As we've mentioned, it's select rides, so make sure to check that list on the AllEars.net website before you get into the party, because I don't want you super excited to ride Peter Pan's flight and then it's not open. I'm just talking. Go look at the list. Just figuring out what you prioritize is the best way to win at these parties, and this is all ears and everything's a competition and you're gonna win. If you want to see a full overview of every single one of these parties that we've already talked about, you can see last year's coverage. We have full videos on every single one. You can see every single offering, and now things are going to slightly change, like what food is there and maybe what characters you can find, but you can get a great general idea of what the parties are gonna look like and what you need to worry about. We also give tons of tips, tricks, and recommendations in all three of those videos, and they're up on the channel right now. Now, I love to party as much as the next person, but we've talked a lot about extra tickets and extra money, so why don't we go talk about a place where you don't even have to have a ticket to get in? If you want to get on that Disney fun, the Disney magic, but you don't want to pay for a park ticket, I completely understand. And that's why we're going to take you over to Disney Springs. Disney Springs is Disney's shopping and dining district. You can park for free, there is no ticket required, and this is one of the best ways to get a little bit of Disney in your soul without, shelling out like a house payment. When it comes to Halloween over in Disney Springs, you're going to be able to find lots of fun treats, fun experiences, and just specialty dining. That's essentially what you're gonna find for Halloween. Lots of treats and lots of holiday merchandise. This is going to be a great one-stop shop for all of that merchandise that you just kind of want. The Halloween in Disney 2024, they've got it for you. Now, they are not going to have any of the party-specific merchandise. You can only get that at the party. But if you are just looking for a generic Halloween Disney World t-shirt, Disney Springs has got you covered. Now, Christmas is where things really start to pick up over at Disney Springs, thanks to the Christmas tree crawl. This is a very sweet and fun event that you can find over in Disney Springs, and it's free. It's essentially where you can find really elaborately decorated, beautiful Christmas trees all throughout this shopping and dining district, and they each have different themes. There's actually a free activity map, so you can kind of go and find the ones that you're looking for, and you can mark them off as you're going through your list. I think it's super sweet. I love finding the trees that I'm excited about because the themes are so specific. They even had like an annual pass holder tree last year, which I thought was weird, but a lot of fun. You can actually also meet Santa over at Disney Springs. You do have to join a virtual queue, but typically you can go find him over at Once Upon a Toy and just join that virtual queue on the My Disney Experience app, and then you can go say hi to Santa for free, no ticket. There is tons of outdoor entertainment and DJs throughout Disney Springs to kind of keep the spirits up. One of my favorite things to do is go grab a drink and a snack and then just kind of wander around and listen to the amazing live performers that they have all throughout Disney Springs. Very similar to Magic Kingdom, snow actually will fall throughout the evening, which I think is fun. A lot of people don't expect snow in Florida, and is it really snow? It's not, but it's the magic and it's the thought of it and it's the excitement, and it might not be Main Street, but again, you're not paying for a park ticket. You can also find toy soldiers on stilts walking around, and it feels very cool because I feel like Barbie and a Nutcracker because I feel so small and there's toy soldiers and there's lots of fun. Does anyone else feel that way? Probably not, but do I equate everything in my life to a Barbie movie or pixie fairies? Yeah. Now again, I've kind of already mentioned it, but Disney releases a full foodie guide for each holiday season, so you can actually see what specialty snacks and drinks they're gonna have. Of course, Disney releases it, but if you want to find the full list, you can also check out AllEars.net as soon as it's out, and you can get the full coverage on what we've had before and what is brand new. Personally, my favorite stop is always Jock Lindsay's, but it's even more so during the holiday season because it's just fun. It's just fun. Now, Disney Springs, I think, is the best way to enjoy Disney without some park tickets, but did you know there's another way to do that? Yeah, let's talk about resorts. Still not looking to buy a park ticket? Totally fine. We're heading to the resorts. It's free, it's fun, and exciting. There is not as much on Halloween, but on actual Halloween, like the actual day, October 31st, that's where things get really fun and exciting. Around different resorts, they actually have Halloween costume contests. You can find some fun candies, special treats, as always. Spooky arts and crafts. They play special Disney Halloween movies during their Movie Under the Stars events, which technically happens every night, but on Halloween, they play Halloween movies. At select resorts, you can even find trick-or-treating, which it's not at every single one, but if it's not at your resort or at the one you went to, just hop on over to another. No worries. Now, you can also find, and this is a little bit before Halloween, this is not just on the actual day, several resorts will have a cast member pumpkin contest. This goes on for a little bit. I know for a fact that the Contemporary has it. I also know that the Grand Floridian has it, and it's a lot of fun. It's decorated. You can go check them out. You can actually go see the winners as well. Now, just like everywhere else in Disney World, the excitement really picks up around Christmas time over at the resorts. This is where the resorts shine. This is when resort hopping, which is just going from different resorts, this is when it should be almost a priority on one of your days in Disney World because they are gorgeous. The trees are immaculately designed. They are larger than life. They're bigger than the apartment I'm sitting in. You could not get one of those trees in this apartment. It's massive. They're gorgeous. My personal favorite is probably the one at the Grand Floridian. I know. But even the one at the Contemporary is gorgeous. The decor around Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is so beautiful. And then of course, the Grand Floridian also has their immaculate life-size gingerbread house that cast members can go inside of, and they sell you treats. You can even buy a shingle to eat, a gingerbread house shingle to eat. And it's just a great way to really enjoy your time in Disney World and not feel the constant go, go, go. I absolutely love it. I love seeing what the resorts are gonna cook up every year. All of that being said, you cannot go park at just any of the resorts willy-nilly. Unfortunately, you do have to have a dining reservation or a resort reservation to park at most of the Disney World resorts, especially the ones I've mentioned, like the Contemporary or Disney's Grand Floridian Resort. However, that should not stop you from getting over there. If you are interested with those two that I just mentioned, you can park at the TTC and you can pay and ride the monorail and see everything, or you can go completely for free and you can go to Disney Springs, park over there, and then start taking buses around that way. It is not the easiest to resort hop without parking. However, I truly think during this time it is so worth it just to take in the cheer and to enjoy. Now that we've talked resorts, Disney Springs, and parties, have you noticed I haven't even mentioned Animal Kingdom or Epcot yet? So Animal Kingdom and Epcot do not offer any after hours specific for holiday parties the same way that Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios do. However, doesn't mean there's not some fun to be had. Now, just like the other two parks, Santa does make a stop in Animal Kingdom and Epcot. So you can meet Santa pretty much wherever you go every day, one day, up to you. You can meet him. He is a busy man. In Animal Kingdom specifically, in the past, Santa makes a turn around a flotilla, so maybe you're not meeting him so much as waving at him, but he's excited to be there, you're excited to be there, and then you get to see him and there's not so much pressure to get in a line. That could change this year, but that's how it's been in the past. Now, one of the standouts of all Disney World Christmas offerings is in Animal Kingdom, and that is the Merry Menagerie. It is a collection of truly beautiful puppets and fun little animals that kind of wander around Discovery Island right in front of the Tree of Life with a live performer. They are beautiful and stunning, and I just think everyone needs to see them. It's free, there's never a line, it's really more of just an experience rather than a full activity. It is a must-do in Animal Kingdom for Christmas time. And just like the other parks and other places, snacks and merchandise galore. Have you noticed this is really like a snack-heavy thing? Lots of snacks around this time. If you want to see a video of us just trying all of the holiday snacks around Disney, or as many as we can get our hands on, let us know in the comments. Now, I will say this is also the only time of year that you can actually see a nighttime show at Animal Kingdom. This has not always been the case. It is the current case that right now, the only time of year that you typically can find a nighttime show is around the holidays. It is called the Tree of Life Awakenings. It's really beautiful. It's a projection show. This entire show features projection of wintry tales onto the iconic Tree of Life. It has a really beautiful musical score. The show actually includes animated imagery, fireflies, and then also really cool visuals that kind of celebrate balance and harmony. We are wrapping up in Epcot to talk about Festival of the Holidays. This is actually one of my favorite festivals, and I think it's because it's not around all that much. It's very short and very exciting. Now, we keep talking about snacks, right? This is kind of the ultimate one-stop shop to find a bunch of snacks without having to go all over Disney World, because of course, that's what Epcot is famous for. It's food and it's drinks. Festival of the Holidays is the shortest of the Disney Epcot festivals, pretty significantly shorter. It runs literally right at a month. It's from November 19th to December 30th. You can enjoy different traditional holiday festivities, food, drinks, and snacks throughout every single country. They also have the Holiday Storytellers, which is a live performer in each country telling you about that country's holiday origins and the story of that holiday from that specific place. It's really, really neat. They're absolutely incredible, and everyone kind of has their favorite storyteller after you get to go a handful of times, or even just one time and you get to see a lot of them. They also have very special holiday cravings booths, which is essentially just your typical festival booth. They're located throughout the park. It's all seasonal favorite drinks, snacks, entrees, different bites. Now, the number one must-do though at Epcot for the holidays is the Candlelight Processional. The Candlelight Processional is when a different storyteller comes periodically every few days, and it's typically a very famous celebrity or someone who's very special in the Disney community. And behind this incredible storyteller is the Voices of Liberty, along with a very full cast member choir where they sing traditional Christmas songs. It is beautiful, it's gorgeous, and very, very popular. Now, a lot of the entertainment over there does come with dining packages. This is one of the main dining packages that we highly recommend you grabbing because this is super duper popular. That dining package allows you to go to one of a handful of sit-down dining restaurants throughout Epcot, and then you get a special ticket to go and you are guaranteed a seat for a specific time of the different performances because they happen typically 3 times every night that a storyteller is there. Now, they are not happening every single night just like a lot of the other offerings, so definitely check out who is there. You do have to queue pretty early if you're not in it for the dining package, which is totally fine, but just make sure it's something that you prioritize when you're there for the holidays because it's a very beautiful thing to see, and I really enjoy it. And yeah, that's it. That's the holidays. So quick rundown, quick overview. You got 3 parties, 2 for Christmas, 1 for Halloween. In every single spot, you're going to find Halloween decor and you're going to find Christmas decor, depending on when you're there. And then you're gonna find a festival. You're gonna find lots of snacks. You're gonna find lots of merchandise and some really cool Christmas puppets. There's lots of planning to be done, but now you kind of have an idea of everything you can find, and that way you don't have to go search in 100 different places to know what is going on in the holidays at Disney World. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Now, if you want to start getting all of your chops ready, you can go check out our video for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party up on the channel right now.